Hey GenderqueerChat, it's Amelia. You have no idea how difficult it was to be able to record this video. My father dismantled the computer, so I had to go down to the basement and find the ancient old one, and I lugged it up here to my room. Yeah. And then discovered that old computers do not have built-in cameras. So then I went rifling through drawers looking for a fucking camera and did not find one, obviously. So I had to look for my dad's old laptop, and he is probably going to make me into mincemeat tomorrow when he finds out I touched his shit. But you know what? That's what happens when you dismantle computers without telling people. If I sound stoned right now, it's because it is quite late and I just woke up from a marathon nap, but it's now 1 in the morning. Yeah, so it is not Thursday, obviously. It's not even Friday or Saturday, and I was hoping it would at least still be in this week when I posted, but it is now next week. But I'm going to post anyways. Yeah, so I got back from Seattle yesterday. Was hanging out with my Grammy, my other Grammy, not the one I was in Dallas with last month. This one lives in Seattle, and she's like the coolest grandma ever. I love her so much. She's the only family member that I actually like. So it was really fun spending time with her. She's getting up there in age. She just turned 87, and it's definitely started showing, which is kind of worrying. So I just want to spend as much time with her as possible. So I switched around work days. Worked Thursday instead of Sunday, so I could go up and see her, and it was fun. Seattle is my favorite city ever, and this is the highlight of my year, going there. So, yeah. Oh, and I received a print the other week from the lovely Forest of Closet Transgender that most of you will probably know. He's totally awesome, but everybody knows that, so it's not worth saying. And I would show you the print, but it's at my mother's house, unfortunately. But it was just so nice to receive this great print. I was having a kind of bad day. It's just a nice, high-quality piece of artwork, so if you want one, you should totally drop him a message. And it just came with this nice little note in it, and it made me think that, it'd be really great. I keep saying, it would be really great if we had some kind of, like, genderqueer pen pal thing, because we don't usually receive actual non-junk mail nowadays, like physical mail, and it's kind of fun getting it. So if you want to receive a letter or a postcard or something of that nature from me, then drop me a message with your P.O. box or whatever. And if you want mine, I'll give you that too. Yeah, I should be more worried about axe murderers than I am, and probably shouldn't give out my address to strangers on the internet, but you should know that my P.O. box is in a totally different town from where I actually live, so just to discourage people who want to come and hunt me down and kill me. Gender-wise, there aren't a whole lot of developments. I try to broach the subject more with my mother, because I think she's the one who, oddly enough, has the most difficulty with my gender identity, but I just totally clam up every time. You can see she's kind of trying to engage me about it, but for some reason I have a lot of difficulty talking to her about it, because I mean, she wants a daughter. I'm her only daughter. I really wish she wouldn't introduce me as her daughter, but ew, there's a fly behind me. Gross, gross, gross. That was mature. Right. What was I saying? Woo, I wish she wouldn't introduce me as her daughter, but she's not a mind reader, and I haven't told her that yet, because I think she'd totally freak out. And sometime Gender will have to come up with when all my friends know about my gender identity, but my parents don't. It could get pretty awkward, but that day is coming. For now, I'm just trying to get by and not feel too shitty. I tried binding for the first time a few weeks ago. And I really liked the way I looked, but it's just so incredibly uncomfortable. I can't buy a binder, because I don't have a credit card, so I can't buy one online. I have no idea where I'm totally just I have no idea where you would procure one in rural Vermont. So I was just using like an ace bandage and giant safety pins, which I think is quite bad for you. I could be wrong. I think binding in general isn't great for your physical health. But even though I liked the way I looked, I just found it so incredibly uncomfortable. It wasn't worth it. It would be, I mean, it's the kind of thing I think you probably get used to more, but I found it so incredibly uncomfortable that I could not enjoy my day going out and about doing such a thing, because I'd be in so much physical pain. And I have puny boobs anyways, so binding doesn't have a hugely dramatic effect. Like, if I just don't wear a bra, usually my boobs aren't that noticeable. Yeah, but it was interesting. I think it was a good experience, and it was cool walking around town and feeling more like me. It's my partner's 21st birthday tomorrow, so I'm going over to his house, hopefully with a cake that has been freshly baked, but I don't know. I can't cook at all, and definitely not bake complicated things like cakes. Chocolate chip cookies are pretty much my limit. We'll see how that works out, but hopefully I will bake a cake tomorrow and bring it to him. Yeah, and play Skyrim all night and watch martial arts movies and be stupid. I realize I sound like a 70-year-old gay man referring to my partner as a partner, but I hate the term boyfriend. It's like a big pet peeve of mine. It just seems so middle school. Boyfriend. I just started. Where'd I go? Yeah. One moment. What the fuck? Or not? Okay, so I don't know where it went, but I started Gender Outlaws the Next Generation the other day. I'm only a few pages into it, but I think it should be fun to read. I love Kate Bornstein so much now after reading the first book, whatever that was. She's totally my hero, and I want to be just like her when I'm 60 plus years old. And that's pretty much it. I've been trying to save up more money lately and being good about my finances so that I can move out this spring or summer at the latest. I would really, really, really love to somehow get a job, an apartment in Seattle, but as that's not very likely, I'm just trying to get somewhere out of this shitty place, trying to adjust here. But I applied to Elliott Bay Books, the famous Elliott Bay bookstore, or Elliott Bay Book Company in Seattle, and I'm not hopeful, of course, of actually getting a job there, but that's been my dream job since I was 6 years old. So if I got it, it would be totally amazing, and I'd figure out the living situation when I got there. I would, sleep on a park bench until I had enough money to buy an apartment, which would be never, but it would be so awesome working at Elliott Bay, because it's been such a force in this bookstore. If you haven't heard of it, it's just this very famous old bookstore that used to be in Pioneer Square, but it moved to Capitol Hill a few years ago, which is nice because I can walk to it now from... Actually, no, now I can't. I could. It's within walking distance of my grandmother's. If only my grandmother in Seattle. No, but in walking distance of my grandmother's apartment. And it's my favorite place ever, and I would love to work there. If you know anyone with connections in Seattle, you should totally love them for me. I'm off now, because I am tired again, even after sleeping a ridiculously long time. Yeah, see you guys in a couple weeks soon, and be safe.